Hey Gauchos, and welcome to another episode of GauchoTV, kicking off this week's Top 5 with the Top 5 cheap and or free things to do on Tuesday nights now that Lost is no longer on TV. And if you're like me, your life is pretty empty on Tuesday nights now without Lost. So here are a few things that you can do, broken out by area. Chicago, the Museum of Contemporary Art has free admission on Tuesday nights, so you can go out and admire some art. Number 4, if you're in Los Angeles, you can go to Tuesday Night Cafe Project, which is at the Aratani Courtyard. I'm probably mangling that. Go to TuesdayNightProject.org, and that way if you burn your mouth on the coffee, you can go to a hospital in Los Angeles and ask to see Dr. Jack Shepard, who won't be there because it's Tuesday night, but there's no Lost on, so cut it out. Number 3, if you're in New York City, go to the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater. They have, for about $5, you can get in there, probably get a cheap beer and get admission and see some great live improv comedy at the UCB Theater. And they're open on Tuesday nights, so that's cool. Number 2, Seattle. You can go to the UW Waterfront Activities Center, and that way you can rent a canoe, and those are pretty cheap, and you can pretend that you're canoeing to Hydra Island, which isn't there anymore because it's Tuesday night, but there's no Lost on TV, so you've got to just let it go, okay? Let it go. And the number one thing to do if you're in Austin is go to Playland Skating Center. Tuesday nights are adult nights, so there's no kids on the rink. It's all adults. And then you can pretend it's 1977 and you're shaking your booty instead of being stranded in time working for the Dharma Initiative on an island in the middle of the ocean, moving around in the middle of the ocean in an unexplained way, even though the series ended. They didn't explain why the island moved around. It's over. It's just over. Anyway, that's it for the top 5 this week. I'm too distraught to go on. If I missed your area, and odds are I did, just go to Yelp.com, type in Tuesday night activities in your area for some suggestions for some cheap or free things to do in your area. In the meantime, more Gaucho TV. Jeez. Oh, hey, Gauchos, I didn't see you in there. Hey, did you know the average American family does 1 ton of laundry every year? That's 2,000 pounds to you and me. Now, this week, if you haven't figured it out already, Gaucho TV is all about laundry. It's laundry time. So, when it comes to laundry, you pretty much have your 3 options, right? You can buy your washer-dryer, that's what most people do, or you can lease, or rent to own, or you can go to the laundromat. Now, which one makes the most sense for you? Well, let's take a look. Here, come on, let me grab you with my fine washables. Okay, so if you're in a house, you probably already have a washer and dryer, and this isn't really that big of an issue unless there's something like you're leasing and not buying, whatever the case may be. But if you're renting, this may very well apply to you, or if you move around a lot, or if you're a gypsy, maybe? A lot of gypsies on the internet? I don't know. Anyway, okay, so you got your 3 options, right? You can buy, you can lease, or you can go to the laundromat. So I set up a hypothetical situation here. Let's say you go to Lowe's.com and you order a Frigidaire 3.5 cubic foot front loading washer. It's Energy Star rated. It's going to be about $449.10. Okay, so you get the matching Frigidaire 5.8 cubic foot electric dryer because you also want your clothes to be dry. It's also going to be $449.10. Comes to a total of $898.20, assuming that you pass on the warranty, which you're probably going to want to pass on the Lowe's warranty. Assume free delivery, free installation. So not too bad. It comes in under $900, just a touch. What are the benefits? Well, you can do laundry whenever you want. You got a washer and dryer in the house. You own it. You can stone wash your own jeans if you want, and assuming it's 1988, which it isn't. And versus the other options, it's paid for itself in about 1.5 to 2 years. And there's resale value, so not only is it paid for itself, but if you keep it in good working condition, and let's say you move somewhere, be able to sell both of the units for probably $400, maybe $500 if you're lucky, $300 at the low end, not too shabby. You get some of that cash back. Now let's take a look at some of the drawbacks. It's a large initial outlay of cash. Probably still going to have to go to the laundromat for large items like comforters, duvets, other things with fancy French names. And if it breaks while it's out of warranty, well, yeah, pretty much can be assured that it's going to be really expensive to fix. Almost going to cost as much as it would just to buy a whole new thing. It always seems to work out that way. So that's buying. Now let's take a look at leasing. If you lease, it's going to be about 35 to 50 bucks a month. But when I say lease, I'm talking about leasing from a company that expects to get it back. I'm not talking about rent to own. Rent to own is like paying this massive amount of interest on a terrible loan you signed up for. You end up paying 2, 3, 4 times the price of what you were buying. So let's take a look at the benefits of leasing. They're usually automatically warranted, so for the whole time you've got it, you got a warranty. They're going to get replaced with new equipment, so it's kind of similar to business leasing. But the drawbacks are, in about a year and a half, you've paid for the set I mentioned earlier. So, and leasing equipment can be kind of tricky. Rates can change. There's lots of fine print. It's not always worth it, even if you were doing a straight lease, and rent to own obviously not even an option unless you're in the kind of situation where rent to own makes sense. And I've never heard of a situation where that makes sense. So just one to grow on. So that leaves laundromat. So you're going to go through about $30 a month in quarters if you go to the laundromat. It's a great short-term solution if you rent, if your unit doesn't have washer-dryer hookups, and you're just looking for a short-term option. But the real drawback, while it looks like the cheapest option, only 30 bucks a month, you got to factor in the cost of time. Have you ever been in a crowded laundromat? I have. Sometimes there's plenty of washers but no dryers. Sometimes plenty of dryers but no washers. Which is even worse, actually, because your clothes will eventually dry, but they're not going to eventually wash themselves. So, and of course, there's the problem of disappearing undergarments. And I don't even want to go into it. It's too disturbing. You know, you wake up one day and where's all my underwear? I don't know. So the laundromat makes sense in real short term. If you can avoid it, though, I would. The best option, buying. The second best option is doing your laundry at a friend's or family members until they just get sick of it and make you stop. But while you're doing that, you can save up and go ahead and get your own washer and dryer. And there are better deals than the ones I listed above. Like that was $900, but honestly, you can find a pair of reliable washer and dryer for closer to $600. And if you search Craigslist, you can probably find them even cheaper. So that's about it. Oh, that's my underwear. Oh, hey, Gauchos, almost forgot. I wanted to mention the Gaucho app is in the iTunes App Store, so head over to the iTunes App Store, download it, take a look at it, review it, let us know what you think. You can review right there on iTunes, or you can drop a review here on this entry on the Gaucho blog, whatever, but let us know what you think. And also, BillShrink.com just added a new cable and satellite TV feature. So if you're looking for a better deal on your cable, your satellite, it doesn't cover phone and bundled services, but it does cover satellite. So go to BillShrink.com and check out their new TV feature to see if you can save some money on your TV. That's it for this week's episode of Gaucho TV. Until next time, I'm Marv. See ya.